I've had this one for a while. It's not on Discogs yet, so I will have to add it myself. Next one. It's a best of CD by Toto. And it's from 1990. And I mean, they have made some of the most popular songs in the world. These guys actually made it pretty big. The Metallica Rock Orchestra. And their first album called Kill 'Em All. Kill 'Em All. And they are still playing. I saw the guy who had this record label, Lion Music. He released all of his old albums on vinyl. So I recognized the band name and WinterLong. Well, ain't this the guy from the Lion Music record label? Lars Mattsson, isn't that his label? And it says, yeah, produced and recorded by Lars Mattsson. He released the album in the 80s on a record label called Black Dragon Records. Most dedicated heavy metal fans will know that record label. They released the previously mentioned band Chastain, Manila Road, Explorer, and CJSS, which is another of David T. Chastain's bands. But so they weren't a big label, but they released a lot of music for the more, people who likes to dig a bit deeper than Y&T and that kind of stuff, Let's continue where I lost track. Yeah, here's the one I was talking about, the vinyl version. I know it has a different album cover. The original album cover is great. Why change it? This looks great. Beautiful artwork, and they changed it for the reissue. Well, since it's a small label, it's not hard to find the original correct release, so I'm just gonna add it to my list. This guy, he was a drummer for a band called Manina Blade, actually, in the 80s. He started this, I would say it's a solo project, but he had a female vocalist as well that sang on all the hits, and he toured a whole bunch of stuff, and he did a tour called Euro Metal Tour with Mickey D from Motörhead, now in Scorpions, on drums. So it's kind of cool, but this is electronic dance music actually. I mean, I wouldn't listen to it if it wasn't like the sound sort of nostalgic to me. I mean, rock was not on the radio channels we had, and it wasn't that much on TV. So when you saw a guy with long hair, you wanted to hear it. So we listened to his music because we understood that, well, somewhere deep inside there is a metal guy. I mean, hard to explain, but that's the way I felt about it. And when he was at his most famous, it didn't really show, but later on he was seen with t-shirts with like Ozzy Osbourne and classic bands. And when information on internet became easily available, we all found out he played drums in a thrash metal band in the 80s. So it was like, yes, we were right all along, And even more later I found out what I told about Mickey D playing drums in his band. So, I mean, if you have the best drummer in the world in your band, well, that's got to go for something, right? He caused a lot of controversy when it was revealed that his singer wasn't this girl that's on pictures and on stage. The female vocalist in the band was deemed like not attractive enough to be seen on stage and on pictures. But they made it to before Eurovision Song Contest. We had the contest in Sweden as well, and you have to have all artists on stage. So that was the first and I think only time she have been seen on stage with this artist. Actually, I mean, it's obviously very rude to not include half of the singers in your band on stage. it shouldn't be that hard to find someone who can both be on stage and sing. I mean, it's fucking E-Type. I mean, come on. But it's all part of the show, I guess. So Orgasmatron, yeah, that's quite a strange album. Not that strange, but it was the first album with 2 guitarists, if I'm not mistaken. I had the album in my hand a second ago. Yeah, it's the first album with 2 guitarists. I mean, most Motörhead fans know that Motörhead had 2 guitarists, but most people seem to forget about it, which I think is kind of fun, actually. It's got a few different songs. I mean, like that are like stand out, like Nothing Up My Sleeve, and I think Riding with the Driver. They're my favorites, along with Dr. Rock and Mean Machine, also Claw, Deaf Forever. Built for Speed is also a really good one. The thing is that for some reason, with all these good songs, for some reason, is the title track seemed to be like sort of I don't know. I mean, they played it live a lot of times, but for me, it's like if I would make a bottom 10 for all Motörhead songs, that would be somewhere around there. I mean, if it's just one long verse. I mean, it's not a bad song, to be honest. As for being Motörhead, it's one of their bottom songs, you know. But if one of their least good songs can be played live and still be a good song, you know, that says a lot about the high quality of Motörhead overall, you know. I've seen Motörhead a whole bunch of times, and I feel personally like during the later years they tend to play more and more of the mid-tempo songs and less of the fast ones. And if you're watching this on YouTube, that's it for today's YouTube video. Next video will be uploaded later. And with that being said, goodbye.